Hey guys, let's talk about what Pathfinder does in Adobe Illustrator. It is one of the best and coolest ways to make shape combinations using some very simple steps. So let me share my screen and show you what that's all about. So, as you get used to drawing in Illustrator, you want the ability to make more and more complex shapes. You also want the computer to help you and assist you with making some of the interactions you want, like punching out holes, making hollow spaces, blending or merging shapes. And so that's what the Pathfinder does. So to explain that, we're going to draw a couple basic shapes. So I'm going to go over to my toolbar. I'm going to grab the rectangle and just draw a square. I'm going to go ahead and change the color of that square so it's more obvious what it is. And I'm actually going to leave the stroke color on it so that you can see what's happening with some of these shape combinations. So I've got that square. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch to something else like a circle and go ahead and draw that. And this one I'm going to change to, again, a different color so it's clear what's happening. Now, to demonstrate the Pathfinder tool, what I like to do is to just make a few copies of these shapes and then spread them out on my page and then adjust them with the Pathfinder to show what each one does differently. So here we go. I'm going to drag this up to the corner. I'm going to scale it down a little bit, and I'm going to make a few copies. A very simple and easy way to make copies in Illustrator, which I really like, is that while you have two objects selected, or any number of objects selected, if you start dragging them, don't let go of the mouse and temporarily press the Option key or the Alt key on your keyboard, and then drag to the side and then let go of the mouse first. Makes a copy, an immediate copy. And you can do that as many times as you want. You can just keep holding Option, let go of the mouse, drag, drop, and you have a whole combination of pieces. Simple, easy way to make duplicates. I'm going to go back to the first set I made up here in the corner to show one of the first Pathfinder settings. Now you'll find Pathfinder on your properties dialog box. If you look down on properties, you'll see Pathfinder. There are a few options there. But for this, I want to go to the window menu and open the full Pathfinder palette so you see. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and drag it out so you can see what it's got. Now there are, 10 options here, and each one does a slightly different function, and it's almost pretty obvious what it does just looking at the icon on the Pathfinder palette. So, for example, I have these two pieces here. I want to join them together. I click on the very first one, Unite, boom, it joins them together into one piece. Easy. All right, let's do the second one. I'm going to select the second two shapes. And this time I'm going to select the second one on the top row and it's minus front. So what do you think that does? Boom, cuts out the red shape from the green shape in the back. Next one, I'm going to select these two, click the next one, and it's going to do intersect. So what that's going to do is it's going to overlap wherever the two shapes overlap, it's going to connect those and make them into a leftover shape. So think about that. When you're trying to get to a shape like this, half circle, maybe sometimes the way to get there is by creating your first shape and then using a different shape to cut it out, to basically punch it out. It's like using a cookie cutter. All right. I'm going to go down to the next row, grab the next set, and I'm going to try the last one, which is exclude. So that's kind of the reverse of intersect, where it cuts out the area where they are connected. It makes a hollow point. So if I drag that over to the side, you can see that that piece is now cut out from those two shapes and they were joined. All right, moving on to the next one. I'm going to click on this guy, and this time I'm going to press divide. Now this one is interesting. When you click it, at first it didn't look like anything happened other than you can see now that the stroke line connects all the pieces. What it actually did is wherever the shapes overlap, they got cut. So now they are separate pieces, although they're joined. I mean, not joined, they're grouped. So as I move them around, they're all connected. So to really show what happened, I need to ungroup them first. So if I go to the object menu, I can say ungroup, or I can right click on the shape and go ungroup. Then I have to deselect temporarily And then I can grab each piece individually. And you'll see now that these are cut apart from one another. And so it used the edge and the boundary of the vector shape to make a cut into that shape. And so it cut it into pieces. All right, let's try the next one. The next one is trim. Okay, so trim seems similar to minus front or exclude, but it's actually kind of like in between those and divide. So trim, what does it do? It basically, again, the shapes are joined, so I have to ungroup them to see. So I'm going to right click and ungroup, then let go, then go back and grab the red one. So instead of doing every line that overlaps, it did the boundary or the edge of the entire shape to trim and cut away the piece. All right, now let's go to the next row. Now select these two. To see what the next one does, I actually need to make a couple more copies. So I'm going to press Option or Alt temporarily and just drag a few more pieces and just make sure that these ones overlap each other in a weird way. Because to see what the next one does merge, I need to have a little bit of overlapping pieces with multiple shapes. So I'm going to grab all those random shapes together. And now you can see I've got a cluster of circles and squares and various colors. Now watch what happens when I click merge. Merge joins everything together that shared the same fill color. So now, instead of having that cluster of shapes, it basically flattened everything, and whatever was visible, it connected to the color that was similar. So again, to see this in pieces, I have to ungroup it. So I'll right click and ungroup. Then I'll go back, deselect, grab a piece, and now you can see all these separate pieces were those leftover overlapping pieces. And so that's kind of a neat one. That can work with multiple colors and multiple shapes. And so sometimes when you have a really complex piece of art where you've got a lot of things going on, but you need it flattened, basically, use merge. And that simplifies everything and joins all the outlines. All right, let's try the next one here. Crop. Well, what does that sound like it's going to do? It's very similar to trim and exclude, but maybe what's different is a subtle difference. What it did was it actually took the circle and turned it into basically a frame that cropped the green shape that was underneath it. So crop basically takes whatever shape is underneath and hides it or cuts it inside the boundary of the shape that's above it. So this can be something that's really helpful if you're drawing some complex artwork, but you need to trim all the edges so that they go away and they're hidden. And then your basic outline shape is going to be a circle or a rectangle or something to clean it up. Basically, you draw your complex artwork, and then in the end, you draw that simple frame shape, put it on the very, very top, and then you select everything, and then you use this crop, and it basically cuts everything to fit inside that neat and tidy shape. Maybe that makes sense in the description, but essentially, you're using that top shape to crop. It's a little bit like using the clipping mask and the which is something else, which we can talk about in another video. All right, let's do the next one. Select those pieces, and this time I'm going to click on outline. This one is kind of like divide and the others, except it makes the outlines. So I'll ungroup it, and then you'll see that all these pieces are separate lines now. So if I was only after the outline, not the shape itself, outline would divide everything by the boundary of where they overlapped. And that can be really useful. And then, you know what? I didn't give myself a 10th shape. I better do this again. So I'm going to draw another set of shapes. Let's color that. Draw another circle. Draw that. Doesn't matter what size. Color it red. Whatever. Select those pieces. Do the very last one. And this is simple to understand. Minus back. Boom. So it basically used the shape that was underneath to cut the top shape that was above it. So Pathfinder is one of my favorite tools. I love using it for all these different scenarios. It is really helpful for logo design because a lot of times what you're doing is you're working with letters and complex shapes and overlapping pieces, and you want to make cutaways and you want to make things cropped and done in different directions. So that's what that Pathfinder is for. If you like this video and this was helpful, check out my other videos or also look in the description. I have a class you can join that teaches you how to use Adobe Illustrator. So I hope you enjoy drawing in vector art. I love it. And if you want to meet up with me, share with me your artwork, I'd love to see it. See ya.